So as a child, because I didn't have that, traditional home, I didn't really start talking to my biological father, like literally having a conversation with my biological father until I was 30. Like this is my reality. I remember being a kid, and I used to watch the Brady Bunch. And I used to be like, yo, I want a family like that. The Cleavers, like, they just had it going on. You know what I'm saying? They never, like, really argued. You know what I'm saying? Like, they worked everything out. I remember growing up, like, yo, one day, like, I remember saying it to myself. And I remember friends, like, they want to drive these kind of cars and live in these type of neighborhoods. I wasn't really thinking about that kind of stuff. I was just like, you know what? Like, one day, I just want to have a happy family. Like, I want to come home, and I want my kids to, like, run up to me, Dad. When they get older, I want them to be proud of me. I'm gonna put them through college, like they're gonna go to, these big colleges and whatever. I had dreams. Like, don't let life put you in a circumstance or a situation where you stop dreaming. And so what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna get back to the basics. That the first commandment, the first one in Genesis, was I was commissioned to be fruitful, to multiply. Like, that's what I was commissioned to do. Like, that's the command. Like, no. When I wake up every day, like, I claim that. And I know a lot of you are adults and you're adulting and sometimes you don't have time for dreams and goals and stuff, right? But I want you to do me a favor. Like, don't let life do you like that. Don't do that. We're not doing that right now. Like, don't let life put you in a situation where you are helping somebody else make their dreams become a reality that you forgot you have your own. Like, don't do that. Don't get so caught up giving some job 30, 40, 50, 60 hours of your day that you don't have any time left for yourself. I want you to write down those dreams and goals that you still have that you have not accomplished. I want you to write them down. Now do me a favor, don't adult me, don't life me. I'm not interested right now in reality. I don't want to talk about reality right now. I remember CJ, he's the president of my organization, and CJ and I used to talk, and I was like, CJ, that's not real. And he said, don't let the truth mess up a good story. Now I want you to write down on the other side what's keeping you from those, and just be real. Because what's keeping you from that, we're gonna have to talk about that, and we're gonna have to deal with that today, and we're gonna have to finish that for the rest of our lives. Those of you who watch people on TV and you go, oh, and you admire them and you love them, and some of you watch so much TV because you really want to live your dreams through somebody else. You're not ready to do the work. For some of y'all, you chasing low-hanging fruit. I need you to stop because you're in this room because you're better than that. I'm not interested in how much your student loans are. I'm not interested because your student loans are sucking your dream. I'm not interested in your reality right now. I want you to get back to your dreams. Like, you can't let that thing that devastated you in 1989, the thing that devastated you in 1996, 2001, like, you can't wake up every day to 2001. 2001 was a tragedy, yes, it was, but you can't stay there. You can't keep waking up to that. I wouldn't have time to tell you about all the trauma that I went through in my life, but I just figured since I went through so much trauma, I might as well use the trauma to make all my dreams become a reality. I always tell people, we all go through pain. Get a reward for yours. We all go through pain. We all go through pain. We all go through something. So one day I woke up and was like, okay, E, stop talking about what you don't have. You need to know what you don't know so you can get to where you're trying to get to. So I get in the room with Warren Buffett, and what blows my mind is that he's human. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you see celebrities, they always Photoshop. Like, he didn't come in with an Italian suit on. He came in with like a normal, I'm like, that's a normal suit. This is Warren Buffett. Like, I saw his shoes. I'm like, yo, you can get those at Macy's. I'm looking at my man like, them some Macy's shoes, right? And I sat there listening to this man talk, and I was like, whoa, my mom worked for Ford. She later got married. The person that became my father worked at GM. My whole life, I never heard that conversation before. I had only heard the working class language. I remember before being in that room with Warren Buffett, I never even thought about making that kind of money. He was already one of the richest men in the world. He didn't have to come in and impress nobody. He didn't have to come in and prove that he was rich, because we know he's rich. I'm like, what an amazing feeling. Like, you can be your authentic self. It was a different language. I walked out of that room and was like, yo, I know what it takes. Real simple. The first thing I'm going to ask you, do you know what it takes? That's it. I went from being a high school dropout, getting a GED, to having a PhD. Listen to me. The only thing it takes is knowing what it takes. Like, I want you to look at your goals, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you know what it takes to make that happen? You type my name in, and this is by the glory of God. You type my name in, and it's gonna say something. You put my name in Google, something's gonna come up, but it's gonna tell you my net worth from last year. I come from working class parents. So I need to get a different relationship to knowledge. But when I left that room with Warren Buffett, I became a multimillionaire, and I never had to talk to Warren Buffett ever again. I took the information that I was given and I murdered it. I didn't have to call Warren Buffett and ask him, now what did you say again? I didn't have to take a picture with Warren Buffett and put it up. So being successful is not who you are, it's what you know. I remember that I thought I could never do this. It is the stinking thinking that got you where you are right now. It is the limited beliefs that have you where you are right now. I remember when I was like 19, 20, and I started speaking, 20, 21, and I would go to historically black colleges, and I would kill it. And I remember somebody asking me not to do historically black, and I'm thinking to myself when I first got there, I was like, whoa, I don't know if I could do this. Like, they don't come from where I come from. Like, they don't talk like I talk. I don't know if I have anything to say. He says, no one on the planet is giving free information away like you giving free information away. There's no other motivational speaker going to schools and shaking kids' hands on their way to school and not getting paid a dime for it, meeting them at 6:30 saying, good morning. There's no other motivational speaker going to prisons. There's no other motivational speaker talking to 12 kids at a detention center. He said, you are the #1 motivational speaker in the world because nobody cares about humans like you care. There are people in this earth that value you more than you value yourself. They look to you in a way that you don't look to yourself. You will not get what you're supposed to get until you value yourself and you kill all your limited beliefs. There are people on this earth that will come to you, and you specifically, because there's something that you can do for them that nobody else can do. You understand that? We did not come here to be entertained. You did not come here to get pumped up. You are getting 30 years of experience in an hour. And so you are this close to your dreams and goals. So I have to ask you the question. You have the information. Now, what are you going to do with it? What do you have today that you've never had before? And what are you going to do with it? You are this close to making every dream you wrote down happen. Why? You have been given information. Here's the challenge, though. I'm going to say it slower because it's the simplest thing I'm ever going to say. What you already know is why you are where you are. It is not what you've learned today. The challenge is what you knew before today. And if you're going to get to the next level, you're going to have to erase everything you knew about what you knew, what you thought you knew. A lot of people who get to where we are, once they get there, they feel like that was the goal, and then they stop. So keep doing what you were doing, And then the other thing is you set new goals. Once you get to that goal, now set some other crazy goals. And those crazy goals you keep setting will allow you to stay there and keep getting to the next level. What would it take for you to be a legend? What would it take for you to be a legend at what you do? Can you be the Gandhi in your field, in your world? Can you be the Dr. Martin Luther King in your world? So the first tier is you. So that's what you got to take care of first. You got to make sure you're the best version of you.